My name's Lori, and I am a fitness instructor and the wellness coordinator at the Walla Walla YMCA. You're joining me today for a balance and strength class. And first off, I just want to say that if at any time during the exercises we're going to do today you feel faint or dizzy, have any kind of symptoms that are concerning, that you stop the exercise and consult your care provider, making sure that you are healthy enough for the exercises that we're going to do. What we'll use today is a chair. So you will have that support. We're going to do different types of exercises in the chair, and if you are able, we will be coming in and out of the chair a little bit also. Remember that you can just modify for whatever your needs are. And first, before we begin in our chair exercises, we're going to find a comfortable spot, seated or standing, and we'll just kind of bring ourselves into the space and kind of check in with our body and just really get tuned in before we start to move. So I invite you to either just soften your gaze, maybe just find a spot to kind of gaze at a little bit ahead of you, or you may go ahead and close your eyes with me. So we're going to focus on our breath. So first, let's just notice it. Some of the rise and fall of the breath, maybe hearing it in our ears, feeling it in our body. Noticing how our body responds when we do bring our focus to the breath. Maybe feeling the shoulders relax a bit more, place where we tend to hold tension. Want to notice the jaw and just let the jaw relax. Keep a little space between the teeth. Allow the eyeballs to rest in their sockets, the little crease between the eyebrows to smooth out. Maybe we can allow our legs and our hips to relax a bit more. Just a couple more breaths here. So I invite you to just stay present as we do our exercises and listen to your own body. So again, that means that you can take a break at any time and you can choose to modify. So I'm going to go ahead and step back and we'll begin seated in our chair. When we come to our chair, we do want to come up toward the front of that chair seat. So we're not back here against the back of our chair, but up toward the front. We're going to first just look at our feet and just bring the toes out ahead of the knees. So the feet are fully planted on the floor. And then first, let's just bring our hands just right here on the tops of our thighs. We're going to roll the shoulders back a touch. And then lifting up from the crown of the head, just gain some length here and some space for our breath. And bringing our attention into our center. So here's our center. This is a large area, not just right here, but we want to breathe into our back and in the front here. And bringing attention here for me means that I'm going to reach the belly button back toward the spine a little bit and really strengthen and stabilize here in my center first. So we're going to keep that length, and then we'll begin to add movement. So we're just going to sweep one arm up. So we're going to stretch from this hip, relax the shoulder down a touch, and then we'll bring that hand back gently and sweep the other arm up. So we're being very mindful and deliberate with our movements here as we continue. So we'll just alternate, sweeping one arm up and stretching from that hip, and then gently bringing that hand back down. Again. once more each side here. And let's go ahead and take our arms in front. We're going to let the palms face each other. So making those fingers and those hands active. Remember, we're keeping that strength and stability in our center. And then that's where we'll move from. So we're going to take our arms up, and we're going to come out, down, and back in front. So essentially, we're making a big circle here. Slowly. As big a range of motion as your shoulders allow. And once more here. And then let's bring our arms down to our sides. Let those fingertips reach down toward the floor. And then lift the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, roll back and down. Again. And once more here. And then we're going to move to our legs. So we've kind of warmed up the shoulders and our arms a little bit here. And now we'll warm up in our legs and hips. So first, we'll just lift one leg. Gently bring that foot back down. Stay tall and strong in our center. That's where our movement is coming from. So again, it's just a lift and lower. Gently setting that foot back down. So we're very in control of our movement here. And once more, each leg. And then let's add a little bit to that. So we're going to bring the knee up in front. We're going to go out and back in, extend, bring it down. Lift the knee, out, in, extend, and down. Lift, out, in, extend, 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 and down. So now we're going to bring our arms out in front. We're going to be bringing our elbow toward same side knee or opposite knee. So we're going into some work here for our center, and we're going to use our breath. We're going to inhale. Here's the work. Exhale, bring the belly in. Same side knee or opposite. Inhale. Exhale. There's the work. Pull that belly in tight and strong. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Set that foot down. Bring the arms down. Maybe shake those arms out a little bit. So now we're going to get ready to go into some stand-up sit-downs. And this is important as far as our form goes, where our feet start out at. So again, we're going to look at our feet and make sure the toes are out ahead of the knees. We are up toward the front of our seat, but when we come back down, we just want to make sure that we know where that seat is. And remember here, you may do 1, 5, 10 with me. You may decide to stay at the top here and not completely come into the chair and come back up. So again, make it your own. We want to think of moving from this strong center here, And so we're going to start out, we'll use our arms, again, just kind of help with momentum and balance here. We've got some space between our feet, about hip distance apart. We're going to press our weight into the heels, and we're going to lift up. And you'll not see my face when I go up, but you'll see me when I come back down. Very softly coming back into that chair. So we lift up, and then we come softly, reaching that tail back, lift up, and then sitting softly and gently back down, just as softly as we can, so we're not plopping into that chair. Slow and steady here. Pressing into the heels as we lift up, pressing into the heels as we come back down. Slow and controlled. Remember, you can take a break at any time. This is real world work here, meaning that we want to keep our legs strong, our center strong, where everything comes out of, so that we can get up and down out of a chair, up and down off of the toilet by ourselves for many years to come. Remembering that what we practice, we get better at. So if we're practicing our balance exercises, if we're practicing getting stronger, then we will get better at those things. If we're practicing being seated a lot, we'll get better at that. And let's bring it back down to our chair. So we're going to come here, take a little pause here, just take a couple breaths. And then we're going to move ourselves back now. So at the beginning, I said that we wanted to be up toward the front of that seat. Now we're going to actually move ourselves back because we're going to need that support. So we're going to do some leg work here. That is going to mean we're going to engage in here and either setting our hands, or they could be on the sides of our chair. I have arms on this chair, so my hands are going to be here. But if not, your hands could be here on the seat. And so we're going to go ahead and lean back toward the back of that chair, but we can still engage here. We're going to first lift one leg and then lift the other. And then we're going to extend and bring them in. So remember, we can stay with just one side though. If we want to leave one foot down, if that's what's going to work for us, then we're just going to do one leg here. For some of us though, it might work to lift both. And then we can lift the knees up and extend the legs. Stay tall in our posture, keeping that center, again, nice and strong here. And let's bring it down. Take a little pause. Couple breaths. And then we can find ourselves just kind of in the middle of our seat where we're not going to rest against the back of the chair, staying tall. Feet are planted on the floor. And we're going to start to turn to one side and hold a gentle twist here. So you're going to listen to your own back, really important. Staying tall, think of lifting up out of the top of the head. So maybe I have the arm of this chair, but your hand could be on this leg, and the back hand could be on the chair or on the hip. Find what works for you. Couple more breaths. And then let's release that side. So we're going to go ahead and turn over here. So again, maybe the hand is on the leg and the back hand is on the chair or on the hip. Staying tall, lifting up out of the top of the head. Nice length in our spine. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. and releasing. So up toward the front of our seat again. And from the strong center, we're going to now lift one leg. Then we're going to reach with our opposite hand toward that foot. Release down. So it's lift, reach, release. Inhale here. Lift and exhale on that reach. Nice and slow. Lift, reach, and down. 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 Last one here. Lift, reach, and down. Take a pause. All right, we're gonna go into another set of stand-up, sit-downs. So remember, want to look at those feet first. Make sure the toes are out ahead of the knees. And we have some space here. The legs, the knees about hip distance apart or so. And we'll take our arms out from our strong center. Remember, you can do 1 or 2 or 5. You can stay at the top of this and not come all the way into the chair, or do a few, take a break, and come back and join me. So again, we're pressing our heels into the floor. We're going to go ahead and lift up and then slowly come back, reach the tail back, and come softly into that chair. So again, coming back into our heels. Keep that center stable. Feel those feet nice and grounded on the floor. You're supported. So this is something we can do at other times when we maybe are watching a show, either something on the computer, or if we have a TV show that we watch, whatever it may be. This is something that we can do while watching. And let's come on back. So we're back in our chair. Again, we're going to come back toward the back of the chair now. So scooting ourselves back. And again, we're going to engage here first. And this time, as we lift our feet, we're going to start to bicycle. So you're going to want to, like I said, I have these arms. You might be holding onto the sides of your chair. It's okay if your feet are not lifted very high. It's okay if you are going slower with your legs or you're doing one leg at a time. So you can set one foot down and do this. And then switch to the other side. Breathe. And let's go ahead and bring the feet back. Scooting ourselves up toward the front of that seat again. Let's extend our legs. Take those feet out ahead of us. We're going to inhale the arms halfway up. Exhale and touch our legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, touch the legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, touch. Maybe we're going a little bit further down the legs each time. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Now we're going to inhale up all the way. Slide those hands down in front. Set them on our thighs. And then reach forward with the heart. We're walking our hands down our legs here. And again, we're reaching from here. Rather than letting the head fall forward, think of lengthening here forward so the heart is what is reaching forward. And our hands again can just walk down the legs. Maybe we're up here a little bit higher, or again, maybe coming forward, breathing into stretch for the backs of our legs, the hamstrings, the calves, and probably feeling it also in our low back. Just taking deep breaths. And once more. Now let's go ahead and walk our hands up our legs. One leg's going to stay extended. We're going to bring the other knee up and either bring our hands around that leg, it might be an option for some of us, or we're going to bring our hands on the back of our thigh here. That might be a better option for some of us. And bring that knee up toward the chest as we're reaching and extending this other leg and reaching those toes toward the floor best we can. And then let's lift a little higher, keeping length in our spine, breathing. And let's release, so fully extend that leg out. We'll bring the other knee up. Again, for some of us, maybe our hands are around it like this. Maybe our hands are on the backs of the thigh. Reach this leg toward us while the other one is extended out and we're reaching those toes toward the floor. Sit up tall. Breathe. Couple more breaths. And releasing. So let's go ahead and walk our feet back. And we're going to get those feet rounded under us again with our toes out ahead of the knees. So again, our feet just fully on the floor here. Let's inhale the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our arms right into our lap, placing our palms up this time. Letting our shoulders relax, keeping tall in our posture here. And we're just going to spend a couple of minutes, again, bringing our awareness and our attention to our breath. So again, you may close your eyes or just find a spot to focus on with that soft gaze. And we'll listen and feel the breath. We're allowing the breath to relax the body and calm the mind. So remembering that this breath is always with us. And we can bring our attention to it wherever we are, whenever it is, whatever the situation, whatever's going on around us, we can bring ourselves into an inner sense of calm and stillness and peace. Again, by just turning our attention inside to that breath, and then again noticing how our body responds. We may be deepening the breath here, maybe slowing it down a little bit, making it a little bit fuller. Hopefully feeling the shoulders continue to relax, and the face, the legs and the hips. So I thank you for being with me, and I would encourage you to continue to take care of yourself as we fill ourselves up. Then we can spread kindness to those around us. So let's take one more inhale up with the arms. And we're going to exhale the hands to the heart center and say namaste. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you next time.